$120,000 in a year, you dumb making $30,000. 2 weeks of marriage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That wasn't very nice.
50 a fucking week on Duncan? Doing what? What are you? How often?
Probably.
Every day you getting donuts every fucking day? How are you enough?
I don't know.
You will be.
There's a fine line between tough love and public humiliation.
Liar! A liar! You are a liar! Liar, liar, liar!
And over the last year, that line has definitely gotten blurry. But when an internet streamer, D'Angelo Wallace, entered the conversation, the internet started asking a bigger question. When does tough love stop being helpful and start becoming a spectacle?
Have you heard about that finance guy who everybody keeps saying is posting really weird, misogynist content disguised as finance? That's bro.
Caleb Hammer built his brand on financial accountability. Loud accountability and with brutal honesty, the kind of honesty that makes guests sweat on camera. Today we're breaking down Caleb Hammer's edgy evolution and the drama that turned a finance show into a culture debate. This isn't about picking sides, it's about how online personas escalate and what happens when audiences stop laughing. Caleb didn't blow up because he was polite. He blew up because he was direct, and his format was simple. Guests came in drowning in debt and Caleb would audit their finances. And he doesn't sugarcoat anything, so no soft language, no corporate politeness, just blunt confrontation. And that bluntness worked. Viewers felt like they were watching the intervention their friend needed but would never get. It was cathartic, it felt honest, and it felt different from other polished finance influencers selling dream lifestyles and telling you you can get rich if you just do X, Y, and Z. Caleb positioned himself as the anti-guru. No Lamborghini thumbnails, no fake success stories, just spreadsheets and yelling. Lots of yelling.
So we can get sandwiches? We're overdrafting? Uh-huh, great insight, guys.
And early fans saw the yelling as passion, not cruelty. The audience interpreted it as urgency, like a coach screaming from the sidelines. The problem is, internet audiences adapt fast. What feels shocking at first becomes normal, and when normal stops getting clicks, creators escalate. That's not unique to Caleb. That's just how the algorithm works, and over time, viewers begin noticing a shift. The tone wasn't just tough love anymore, it felt sharper, more performative, more extreme, and that's where the conversation started. Criticism didn't appear overnight, it built up slowly through comment sections. Some viewers started asking, is this actually helping the guests, or is it more about entertaining the audience?
What if you don't have the willpower to do that? Like, how do you do that?
Okay, then
like,
give up and die in poverty. Congratulations.
Because there's a difference. Financial intervention is supposed to be uncomfortable, but discomfort has a purpose. It's supposed to motivate change.
Credit cards, stupid. Student loans, stupid. Car payments, somebody ought to smack you. That's stupid. Don't do that. Keep it conservative so you can get the house paid off in less than 15 years. That's the goal.
Critics began pointing out is that certain episodes felt less like guidance and more like a spectacle.
Are you okay with your woman looking like this?
Women, he just doesn't have the...
I know that! Stop
Do
talking
you?
for him, you
I'm talking for myself.
I'm asking his opinion on it, you
The insults got louder, the reactions got bigger, the edits leaned harder into humiliation beats, and the audience split into two camps. Camp 1 said this is accountability, people need to hear the truth, whereas Camp 2 said this is cruelty disguised as education. That split is where commentary thrives, because once a creator becomes debate, they stop becoming just a creator. They become a case study, and that's where D'Angelo enters the picture.
The idea of actually commenting on somebody's body like this within a minute of encountering them is wild to me.
D'Angelo didn't frame Caleb as a villain, he framed him as a symptom. His critique wasn't just about yelling, it was about power dynamics, where a host with a platform and a guest in financial distress created the perfect environment for an audience to watch just for entertainment. He questioned whether the show blurred the line between helping people and monetizing their vulnerability, because it forces viewers to confront an uncomfortable possibility that what if the content we enjoy is built on someone else's worst day?
That wasn't very nice.
His video didn't end Caleb's career, it didn't cancel him, but it shifted the conversation. And suddenly the tone of the show wasn't just stylistic, it became moral, and once morality enters a fandom, neutrality disappears. Fans weren't just defending a creator, they were defending a worldview. Some argue that the harshness was the wake-up call some guests needed, while others said humiliation isn't education, it's just entertainment dressed up as self-help. And the louder both sides got, the more attention the drama generated. And ironically, the criticism amplifies the brand. Here's a paradox of internet controversy. Criticism doesn't always shrink creators, sometimes it supercharges them. When audiences debate a personality, engagement spikes, clips circulate, new viewers arrive just to see the chaos and the drama. And creators will either tone it down or they lean in. And many of these online figures lean in. The controversy is just too good and it keeps working and keeps bringing in an audience. And when a creator's identity becomes tied to being the harsh one, then softening up just feels like a betrayal. Not just to the audience, but to the brand itself. That's the trap of edgy evolution. You can't go backwards. Every episode has to match or exceed the last emotional intensity. Otherwise, the show feels tame or boring. And we all know that being tame and boring doesn't trend. So the persona hardens, the reactions sharpen, and the creator becomes a caricature of the original self. Not because they're evil, but because the algorithm rewards exaggeration. And audiences reward consistency. Even when consistency means doubling down on a performance. The Caleb debate isn't really about Caleb, it's about a genre. We live in an era where accountability is entertainment. Financial audits, public interventions, reaction commentary. The internet turned private correction into public spectacle, and viewers love it. That is, until they don't. Because the same traits that build a fan base can later alienate it. The critique resonated not because it destroyed an image, but because it named attention audiences were already feeling. People enjoy blunt honesty, but they want to believe that honesty has a purpose. Once viewers suspect the purpose is views, the emotional contract changes. And that's the fragile balance every educator has to work with. Be honest enough to be real, but not too harsh to become the villain. Some creators manage that balance, while others become trapped by the persona that made them famous to begin with. So where does that leave Caleb? I mean, he's still successful, he's still polarizing, and he's still evolving. And maybe that's the point. Internet personalities aren't static characters, they're experiments unfolding in public. The Caleb and D'Angelo moment wasn't a cancellation, it was a checkpoint, a reminder that audiences don't just watch creators anymore. And in a world where every tone shift becomes a debate, the real drama isn't the yelling, it's the mirror it holds up to what we're willing to watch for entertainment. Because at the end of the day, the internet doesn't just shape creators, creators shape the internet back. And this feedback loop never stops. And maybe the deeper tension here isn't just about creators, it's about how we treat people when they're at their worst. Accountability matters, truth matters, but truth without compassion turns into performance, and compassion without truth turns into avoidance. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs that faithful are the wounds of a friend, meaning sometimes correction hurts, but it's supposed to come from care and not from spectacle. And the internet doesn't always know the difference. Maybe the real challenge is learning how to tell the truth without turning people into content. Because the moment we forget the humanity on the other side of the screen, we're not watching accountability anymore. We're watching entertainment, wearing accountability's mask. And that's a line worth paying attention to. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below.
Oh!